Hello, I'm Buddy Pennington, pastor of Westville Assembly of God in Holmes County, Florida, and welcome to A Few Minutes with Jude, our Bible study from the New Testament book. I'm going to be reading to you from verses number 12 and 13 for this part of our study. Allow me to do that for you now. I'll be reading from the King James Version. These are spots in your feasts of charity when they feast with you, feeding themselves without fear. Clouds they are without water, carried about of winds, trees whose fruit withereth, without fruit, twice dead, plucked up by the roots, raging waves of the sea, foaming out their own shame, wandering stars to whom is reserved the blackness of darkness forever. Jude switches from comparing the false teachers to individuals who had bad reputations from the history of Israel to things in nature that are not worthwhile. The first thing he compares them to are spots in your feasts of charity. Now, this word for spots in the Greek translates into dangerous reefs that could cause a shipwreck. He is saying these people are like reefs that are hidden under the waves that could possibly cause you to be shipwrecked. In other words, they are going to cause you to fall away from the teachings of Jesus Christ. Next, he says that they are clouds without water. In a place that depends upon rainfall for crops, to see clouds come along that look like they ought to bring rain and then don't is a great disappointment. He compares them to trees that are withered, that the fruit is cast out and does not produce. These false teachers are bringing forth corrupt fruit. They are bringing forth fruit that is not going to be beneficial. And then he compares them to waves of the sea that are foaming up and raging. In other words, these false teachers are making all kinds of noise and they're showing all kinds of things, but they only have destruction. They only have the tearing apart of the churches in their minds. And then finally he compares them to stars out there in the darkness that have nothing really around them but darkness. Jude is trying to get the churches to understand that these false teachers who are teaching things that are contrary to what the people first heard in the gospel of Jesus Christ are like all of these things in nature that are not worthwhile. They are destructive in their teachings. They are destructive in their doctrines. They need to be avoided just as much as a reef would be avoided, as much as a wandering star that is continually roaming through the darkness brings no light to anybody. I want to encourage you in your own walk with Christ, beware of false teachers. Read the Bible for yourself and determine whether or not people are teaching you correctly when they teach you. I encourage you, stand strong in your faith that you have heard about Jesus Christ. It's my prayer that these studies will be a blessing to you. Allow me to encourage you to share them on your own social media feeds. You're more than welcome to do that. And if you have any questions or prayer requests, please leave them in the comments section. May God richly bless you until the next time whenever we get together for a few minutes with Jude.